Professor Megupo of this dairy, and we are right at Mtoto One Day in Kenya, and we're going to Lukenya University. So guys, finally we've arrived at Lukenya University right at Mtoto One Day, and I would like our lovely sister right here, Kenya sister, to introduce us.
So hello everyone, I officially welcome you to Lukenya University.
I want to invite the Lukenya University choir. Kindly come in front. This is the university choir, Lukenya University choir. They are quite a number. We want to give them an opportunity to give us a number as we wait for the chief guest to join us. Lukenya University choir.
I'm very happy because I'm receiving my brother Julius Malema, Juju, and we are tomorrow in Lukenya University to launch the Pan-African Institute.
An institute that will be established all over the continent, because we have an interest in making sure that the continent becomes one.
Your name is over here. Or you remember this tree will call it after you. Yes. So he will assist you. Okay. Thank you. Just cut it. Your name? Okay. The next one I've seen is Mama. Kiviatu. Where is the next one? Kiviatu.
Julius.
joy, compassion, and peace. As we take a moment from our busy lives, we gather in friendship and as a community in gratitude to you, the creator of the universe. Share and reflect on insights, experiences, and wisdom of others. Joys, pains, and hate, may you find a place of truth, stillness, and eternal unity where you and us with one another are one. May we all rest in you in your spirit of life. Amen.
Kindly be seated. Lukenya University Choir. Thank you very much.
Our keynote speaker, Honorable Malema, our brother, the chair of the African Institute, Professor Lumumba, the governor of Makueni County, the governor of Makueni County President, that is Bonaventura Jr., all other friends of ours, including our own mothers. We have two mothers here, one from the academic point of view, that's our chancellor, and we are also the mother of all mothers, Ms. Mother and all protocols of SAR. Good morning once again. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it's with great pleasure to warmly welcome you to Lukenya University. You can see our wonderful and very strong chairperson.
Thank you, Professor. To our chief guests, Honorable Malema, our chairman, Pierre Lumumba, our governor, former governor is here today as well. Our Speaker of County Assembly is here today. All distinguished guests from across Africa, Chancellor, Vice Chancellor, Pro-Chancellor, everyone, all my friends out there and the comrades, good afternoon, everyone. And the ambassador is here. What a glorious day. Comrades, are we happy? Comrade power! Comrade power! Viva Africa! Our good friend, Honorable Jimmy Wanjigi, is just walking in. Thank you, Steve. Thank you. All right, thank you so much. So today is about Pan-Africanism. And as the Vice Chancellor has said, we couldn't be more honored that the chairman, Professor Pierre Lumumba, chose Lukenya University to be the place and the home of the Pan-African Institute here in Kenya. We don't take that for granted. And it's indeed a great honor for me to invite our governor on stage. It is the first time the governor has been here to Lukenya University. We don't take it for granted. I'll ask him to come and address us, and please also recognize all the elected leaders who are here today. Please put your hands together for the governor.
Comrade Paul! Was your voice affected by the rain? Julius Malema has not had Comrade Power! That's more like it. Thank you. I've been given further guidance. I will allow the speaker, please come and recognize your members, and the reason I recognize you, and I say so because I went to the South African Parliament to watch Mr. Julius Malema, and he was giving the speaker a rough time. So these members of yours don't give you a rough time, so you are lucky, man. Thank you, speaker.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, the Governor, the Chief Guest. I do not want to take much time. I wish to recognize the legislators in this assembly, a courtesy of the Chief Guest. We have the area member of the County Assembly, Francis Mwanya, the Deputy Speaker of the County Assembly. Next is Harrison Mutie, former Speaker of the County Assembly. And the rest of our members could not make it here because they are in committee business. Honorable Elizabeth Bothike is a nominated member of the County Assembly of the majority party this time. Thank you. That's all.
Thank you. Before I ask Professor Kimona to say something, the gentleman I'm going to introduce made what I call nearly an indecent proposal to me. He's a presidential candidate, and he requested me to become his deputy presidential candidate. Jimmy Wanjiki, please come and say something.
Gavana, natomboa yote. My fellow Africans, headed by His Excellency Malema, comrades, power! Comrades, power! Africa power! Africa power! Africa hoye! Africa hoye! Let us be proud of who we are. Give yourselves a clap. Mine will be very brief today. I had thought of saying so much. I had thought of writing a speech because this is an amazing forum we are at today, graced by one of our greatest Pan-Africanists, Julius Malema. Before I go to my speech, I want to say, Honorable Malema, you're a younger democracy than Kenya. But we have watched the democracy you have punctuated in South Africa. We have watched your vigorous party shake a whole government to its knees in the great house of the South African Parliament. Sometimes when I think backwards, I think when we did the new constitution, we should have had the president coming to Parliament. Don't you agree? I think we would have criticized and put him in a situation like we have seen in South Africa. We appreciate what you've done for party democracy. We wish you the very best in the next election. Give Malema a big clap.
All the colonizers, the African colonizers, we now must recognize that we must form a union of the African liberators in this struggle for economic liberation. And with that, I say Africa way, Africa freedom, Africa asante sana. Thank you. God bless.
For a moment, you became the guest speaker.
I see the governor has taken away the big microphones on the
but I still remember I'm not the governor. Comrade Julius Malema, Commander-in-Chief, Patrick Lumumba, Professor, Mother, Vice Chancellor, and all, those who are of this family, and particularly the students. Hamjambo tena. After stop being a politician, an active politician, I speak few words. I want to appreciate Malema, who has taken time from his work in South Africa to come and be with us during the launch of a very important institute. I want to thank Lumumba for showing Malema the way to this place. And both of them getting involved in a big dream. I want to appreciate Malema, who has taken time from his work in South Africa to come and be with us during the launch of a very important institute.
That was wonderful. Thank you. A big clap for the governor. And I want you to please rise up and help me welcome our founder, our mother, our matriarch, Mama Mulwa Asanga. We celebrate you today. Thank you. You didn't want to speak, but you have to hear your voice.
God is good, and all the time. Today, I'm so happy. Malema, our son, like the governor said, is here, and we are going to listen to him. Our governor, our son, is here. We are going to sit. We have listened to him, and he is most welcome to this corner of his county. Professor, you remember the day we called you to launch the concept called Lukenya University. And he couldn't speak because a lot of politicians also took a lot of time, but he gave us his speech. And he said, the belief that this corner can be something is the best idea he has had. And today we are with you. So we thank you for bringing our son Malema from the southern tip of the continent to here. Jimmy Wangigi and all the others who are here, my chancellor from Boston, we are so happy today. We need leaders like Piero and our son here to bring out Africa to the world, the proper Africa. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, Mama. Thank you so much. Comrade power.
Shairi la leo nimeipa kichwa Muungano wa Afrika. Muungano wa Afrika ndicho chanzo cha umoja. Na wapasa kusalamu Lukenya habari zenu. Kwa wale Waislamu salamu alaikum. Na ndugu wa Bwana Yesu asifiwe Yesu wenu. Muungano wa Afrika ndicho chanzo cha umoja. Ni jina la harakati ilozuka Amerika. Ni moja ya mikakati ya kuunganisha Afrika. Kuja kwetu ni bahati, macho yalitufunguka.
prays for help.
With this pen and paper, I am writing my letter for an Africa that is better. My heart, hurting, aching, and bleeding. As I write this letter to you, stranger, to me, you are not a stranger. Dear Malema, do not judge master. Hear my humble cry. Like little, I dispose this bit letter through the bedroom window for somebody, anybody, to help me. A letter by the roadside, a young girl crying for help. Malema, please, take me out of this agonizing misery. Misery with no glory. A glory I deserve with plenty. I must take this letter to judge the injustices. Hooray! Alpha, do this. When you are done, do that. And don't forget to do this. But I am not a machine. I can easily afford a machine and kick you out into the streets. Your Honor, this is the kind of treatment I receive. Please, deliberate on my case. A very sad case. Sadder than sadness itself. In your court, I find peace. You are a minor, not to be employed. Your employer must get into books. They shouldn't get off the hook. We will be on the look. Now I'm at ease. My heart is at peace. Now I'm in school. A Lukenya University production. A Kodundo Island creation.
Into English as the leader. And just for 1 minute, to allow them to speak to their books. Kofo Obasanjo, Dr. Kofo Obasanjo is all the way from Nigeria, and his own father is a great Pan-Africanist, Olusegun Obasanjo.
If not all of the students seated here have read Kigogo. Thank you. Kigogo was then translated by Professor P.L. Lumumba to the reader, the English version. I hope that you will read the reader too.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I am privileged and all protocol observed. Private sector people will mess up a lot of time when it comes to protocol. But I'm very excited to see Mr. Heda. You may not remember me, but I was a young nurse at the Nairobi hospital where he used to be a surgeon. And I'm very happy to see him because healthcare practitioners rarely get to speak in forums. And being a trained nurse, I took a journey of courage and I became a managing director of a Fortune 500 company. And everywhere I've been to, everybody asks me to tell my story. Top 40 and 40 2019, please, will you tell your story more to show young people that it can be done, and what a beautiful thing you did today, Prof, to have young people in a hall like this, where I can actually have the courage to tell them that it can be done.
And my name is Dr. Tilawasa Wansia. I belong to Amane Chalam Lukenya University in the School of Education and Social Sciences. I'm the chairperson, Department of Education. I was promoted to write my book, Challenges Faced by Women Educators in Public Primary School.
In 1966 in Dakar in Senegal, there was the Festival of Arts under the auspices of Leopold Sédar Senghor. 40 years later in Nigeria, there was FESTAC in Lagos, Nigeria, under the patronage of President Olusegun Obasanjo. Next year, there will be FESTAC in Kisumu from the 20th to the 25th day of May 2022. He is the man who has revived FESTAC after a hiatus of nearly 40 years in Zanzibar in 2022 and in Arusha in Tanzania in 2023. For 30 seconds only, say your piece.
30 seconds? Everybody, it's a pleasure to be here. I can't talk for 30 seconds, this is a punishment. What I want to tell you is this. Like Prof said, 45 years ago, a festival was put together to make all of us come together and know and understand one another. Guess what? We let it die for 45 years. It's back. It's every year going forward. It's Africa Month. The May is last week of May for all of us. And people, the next one is May 20th to 26th of 2024 in the wonderful city of Kisumu. And we want to see all of you to celebrate who we are as people. Viva Africa!
You made it. Thank you very nicely. Let me allow Dr. Kofo Basenjo to speak to a book which I commend to all of you. Dr. Kofo.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to try to stick to the 1 minute, and I'm going to hold my beats of coming to send it to my seat. So very briefly, I'm not going to introduce myself or prepare my name. I'm in a race against time. This book was forged in the crucible of the COVID pandemic under the supervision of my founder, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, former head of state of Nigeria. And the principle behind this book, Pillars of Statecraft, is essentially what are the ingredients required to build a strong nation state. As Pan-Africanists, what we need is that each individual African nation is as strong as it can be.
As I will in the next 30 minutes invite Commander-in-Chief Julius Malema to also invite to the stage individuals who will welcome him as they deliver the speech, because it is these individuals whom we start with, and through cross-fertilization of ideas, they are germinated the Pan-African Institute. Tony Nyancha. Joanne Wandiela, Sylvia Kasama. If indeed they say there is a thorn among the roses, I am but that thorn. Behold the roses. That said, Juju, Amanda, Maimuye, Africa. Juju, speak to your people.
Thank you very much, Program Director. Let me take this opportunity to send revolutionary greetings to the esteemed professor, a friend of mine and a brother, Piero Lumumba. Let me also greet our mother, the founder of this important university, Mama Mata Kasanga Mura, and greet your husband, wherever he is, that he left us a lasting legacy that we stand to celebrate here today. Today it feels good to be African. Right here in Kenya, a place we call our home, because all of Africa is our home. No one can ever say to me, welcome to Kenya or Lukenya or Nairobi.
as if I'm a visitor. I regard no part of Africa as being foreign to me, because Africa, all of it, belongs to me and I belong to Africa. It is a humbling honor to be invited to address the launch of the prestigious Pan-African Institute, which is targeted at creating intellectual collaboration and unity amongst the people of the continent. Let us therefore begin by congratulating you on this initiative, which is long overdue in light of the importance of the continent to reclaim its intellectual and academic identity within the global community in general. I don't know if President William Ruto means it, because he said so many things, and I can't locate him these days, because the things he said during election, the things he's doing now, are two different things. I don't know. Because I heard him saying we need to do away with the dollar and build our own currency. But his actions are not speaking to anything of doing away with the dollar. The latest being putting a red carpet for a murderer, a person who killed the Kenyan people, coming into this country, receiving a red carpet and being saluted by our own army. This is not a Kenyan army, it's not a colonialist army. The Kenyan army is a product of the Mau Mau rebellion, and those who killed our people in the Mau Mau rebellion cannot be saluted by the same army of the children of those who were killed during Mau Mau rebellion. We want one currency for Africa, because our currency can be more powerful than the pound and the dollar combined. Because London has got the biggest storage of gold, yet they don't have a single smallest mine of gold. Their economy is based on our minerals. And if we safeguard our minerals and protect them and say out of these minerals, we are producing a currency that is going to compete internationally. To deal with dictators who only exist in Africa to feed their friends and families, those people must be prosecuted the African way, because ISIS is not meant to fight any crime, it's meant to pursue political fights. That's why ISIS will not declare a warrant of arrest against Netanyahu, but can declare a warrant of arrest against Putin, who has not bombed a hospital, who has not bombed a refugee camp, who has not declared a war on a certain ethnic group. Sometimes they disrespect them to a point where they put all 54 heads of states of Africa in a school bus to go and listen to one head of state. ESCOM had the capacity to electrify the whole of Africa. Why are you not going into the African continent and electrify the whole of Africa? Ruto, about the ongoing war that is not covered by anyone in DRC, where people are fighting over territorial expansion and plunder of resources, and blacks are killing other black people, and we pretend that we don't see. Let there be peace in DRC. Without peace in DRC, Kenya will never know peace. In South Africa, they say to us, if you want to be elected, you must declare war on illegal immigrants. And illegal immigrants, they mean Africans. We have refused as the EFF that we will never declare war on any immigrant, illegal or legal. Illegal according to whose law? Because if you are illegal, you should have violated a certain law. Which African law did these people violate when they came to this side of Africa, because they are still in the same territory of Africa. They are at home when we are in South Africa. We want to commit in front of you and all the dignitaries who are here and the students that this Pan-African Institute will be supported by the EFF. We will ensure that indeed it has got a home in South Africa. We will not only support it verbally, we will put money into it, we will pay the staff members of those institutes, we will also pay the offices of the institute, because we believe that we must speak one language as Africa. We will donate the books here at the university to ensure that every African writer has got his or her book in the Pan-Africanist Institute. Let's all spread the gospel. Indeed, it was not a mistake to launch it here in the rural areas, because no one must be left behind. Tell President Ruto that the people of Palestine are what Mau Mau was. Tell President Ruto that the people of South Africa are what Palestinian people are today. Where our land get encroached, where our land just get taken, and we get killed on our own land, we get tortured on our own land, we get imprisoned on our own land. When we fight, they say we are terrorists. This Nelson Mandela you celebrate, for 27 years, he was in prison because he was a terrorist. What crime did he commit, which the Palestinians are not committing? His crime was to fight for the liberation of the people of South Africa and the oppressed world all over, including the people of Palestine. It can't be correct that President Ruto, knowing the history of this country and the history of South Africa, comes and tells us that it's with Israelites. Our war is against the Zionist apartheid state of Israel, and that's what we are fighting. So, if you got money from some Jewish person, we are not fighting that founder of his. We are fighting the state of Israel. At the age of 9 years, the boys walked into my house and turned everything upside down, stripped my mother naked. When I see what those children of Palestine are going through, I can immediately relate that this is what apartheid looks like. We cannot be Pan-Africanist if we can't associate with the oppressed nation. Our Pan-Africanism is based on the basis that we are an oppressed nation ourselves. And everywhere else where we see an oppressed person, that person is our sister, that person is our mother, that person is our father, because we are not free until the whole world is free from imperialism and colonialism. Look at Cuba. Its crime was to choose a different economic system to what America has chosen. And then they are under more than 60 years of economic empowerment. What did crime did the people of Western Sahara commit against Morocco? We are at the center of speaking the truth as a Pan-Africanist institute, because we've got the ear of the continent and the diaspora and the whole world. And this organization we are launching today, Prof, will live forever and ever, because you always speak the truth yourself to power. And you always make us politicians to want to check if indeed we are still on the right track. So an institution established by a person like you, we are guaranteed that it will live for long and it will live for generations to come. That's why we are proud to be here. I was not brought by plane here. I was not brought by the car here. I was driven by the Spirit spirits of those people who were dumped in the oceans. And when they were dumped in the oceans, their cries are still crying loud till today. They did not dump them in the ocean only. They dumped them chained on their hands and their feet, and they could not fight. When we ask for reparation, we are not asking for donation. We are asking for what was stolen from us to be returned so that we can prosper and become a better nation. Thank you very much.